able to break it. Getting more of these shots are coming through, and there's a shot, doesn't quite connect, hits the relay. Looking for another break. There it comes. There comes the break right there, and it's actually going to force Deanimate off the relay. Going to have to use that cloak, but he's just going to get it quickly burned down by the Flame Breath, leaving him with a 1 HP, barely surviving. Just looking at that health, he has literally 1 HP. His Puggums is on the run, trying to survive as long as he can, getting stealth pounds. Is it Gypsy going to be able to break that? Tries to get the shots off, doesn't quite get it because of the range. As soon as that shot goes through a wall, the range is reduced, which means he's not going to be able to get it. It's just right now Gypsy danger, as Gypsy is alone. He's got to survive 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. Not quite enough, and down goes. Deanimate takes the win, giving him first win with JSMS versus the Dildozers Hunter team going through.
Poor Cabot right there, just super, super low health. If he sat in the acid water for too long, he would have gone down. And with no revives from Laz, that team completely fell apart. I have seen, actually, one of the most legendary Laz games I've ever played was played by Moiserus, who only plays Kyra, ironically enough. And he pulled off some pretty solid revives right there, which held the team up against a Stage 3 almost full health Goliath. And that was from a Kyra-only player, so it absolutely is possible to take down a full health, full armor Goliath with this team comp. I've seen it done before. Unfortunately, no revives were made. Glitchful went down. If I were the Laz in that scenario, I saw that the monster was camping down the assault so unbelievably hard. There was no way that Laz was going to get it while staying intact himself. So if Laz would have just let the assault go and tried to keep the rest of the team up, or maybe even tactically retreated earlier, that might have been a better idea than Laz just going down trying to get a revive when there was no hope. And actually, a little bit of insight, maybe that's why they banned Meteor Goliath, because they wanted to play Cabot and Laz. That team comp is so heavily reliant on cloaks that having Cabot and Laz in the game being burned is not good for Meteor Goliath. So maybe that's why they chose to ban Meteor Goliath instead of normal Goliath, because Meteor Goliath hasn't been banned in the history of TGL until right now. But unfortunately, shouldn't put it all on Glitchful, of course. The playing Laz is really difficult, not to mention that they didn't get any domes. I don't think they actually got any domes.
Not until the end, no, but I don't think that dome really counts.
I don't even think they threw it at the end.
No, I think it was down.
I'm looking at it right now on the stream delay. 0 successful domes and 0 missed domes. There's not a single dome thrown in that entire game.
Well, that juke early on by Deanimate did give him the space he needed. I thought they threw one at the end, but I guess not. But it just came down to that, and I guess it was just that juke getting him the safety up, because with the glass getting composition with Laz, you need those strikes in the early stages. A Stage 3 fight is not ideal, especially with a full health monster. Like, they were able to burn through the armor, yes, and get a little bit of health damage out of Stage 3, but ultimately that's not quite where you want to be when you have a Lazarus coming in. With a Laz Cabot with high damage, you're looking at Stage 1, you want to fight. You want to fight like any chance you can to get that dome. And in this case, there were no domes, which means they had no control over the earlier stages to give them that space. They just let Deanimate do what he wanted throughout the entire course of the match. So we'll have to see what Deanimate does with the space that they're able to give him, and in this case, he just ate the Hunter team.
No domes, no damage. It's always going to be harder to fight the monster when he's got more health at Stage 3, and they just did not get that chip. Of course, still possible to kill a full health, full armor monster. I've seen it done before.
Just your odds are, it's just better in your favor to get those strikes early. It is still possible, and they're like they showed they were able to deal a ton of damage to him, but at the end of it, it just wasn't enough to go through Deanimate.
All right, we're going to hop into the next map. Loser gets to pick the map. Dildozers picking Wraith Trap coming up next, and the picks and bans are coming in. So they banned Meteor Goliath last round on Orbital Drill, and they are once again banning Meteor Goliath. Maybe it's because they expect to run the Cabot Laz comp once again. The Hunter classes are going to come up next. For those of you who still are familiar with the class picks, we have Monster ban, Hunter class selected, ban from that class, pick from that class, repeat for the Hunters, all 4 of them, and then pick the Monster when you can see what you are going up against. We have the Trapper coming next. And by the way, we still will be on board with the Dildozers Hunter Squad and JSMS's Monster Deanimate. We're going to switch in a game. So we're going to remain on this side and just change the map over to Wraith Trap. We have the picks coming in just a moment, but for those of you who want to support TGL, we do have a Patreon, which helps pay for the staffing as well as helps out for the prize pool of the players, which is nearing nearly $2,000. So if you guys want to help support the Patreon and get a couple of awesome rewards, I'm not sure. The biggest reward is personal coaching from one of the teams. And I'm not sure if those are all taken up yet, but you can go ahead and check out the TGL Patreon, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to sign up for the qualifiers next week, this is week number 1. Week number 2 will be next week, and that will be the last of the qualifiers before the actual tournament. We're playing for seeds 5 and 6 right now. Seeds 7 and 8 will be played for next week. If you want to sign up and participate for your chance at the nearly $2,000 prize pool, you can head over to thegentleman'sleague.net and round off your team, get them on board for next week. All right, we do have a couple picks coming in here.
We have a bit of miscommunication in regards to the rule set. Just wanted to remind you guys, for those of you that are new to this, right now what happens is one side plays all their 100 games, then the other side plays all their 100 games. That's how it works.
Yeah. Looks like they are a little bit confused in the Steam chat, so scratch everything right now.
They'll probably restart
They'll
probably restart the banning phase then, just because of the miscommunication. But it does look like, yeah, okay, it is going to stay with Ray Trap. Right now, they banned Meteor Goliath. That's still staying, and right now they're just waiting on Trapper.
Yeah, so just a little bit of confusion from the teams. But I did explain it properly earlier. We are staying with Dildos Hunters, and JSMS is still playing Monster. They're just confused in the Steam chat. We're having the picks come out in just a moment. But if you guys want to get updates on TGL, at Evolve TGL is where you want to go. At Stell Shampoo. Alex, what's your Twitter?
My Twitter is @AlexSeeds. It's right actually below the picture screen, but yeah, that's who I am. Just give it a shot. If you want to get a hold of me, that's probably the easiest way, is just to tweet me. If you want to, send me a message on Twitch or whatever. If you want to follow either of us on Twitch, I'm ASeeds in the chat, and this is, of course, Stell Shampoo, who is also in the chat. If you want to click the members list, you'll see it right at the top in the mods. So, yeah, you can go throw both of them a follow if you have interest in both sides of casting. We cast the Go for Evolve, so if you're looking for more Evolve content watching these games, that's the best place to do it. You can find more details about us on our respective channels.
And, of course, you can always get a hold of me on Twitter. I check Twitter more than I check my own phone's text messages. So if you guys ever want to reach me when I am not streaming, at Stell Shampoo is the way to do it. We do have a couple picks and bans coming in right here. So Meteor Goliath remains banned. Trapper is being banned next. Crow is going to be the banned Trapper. And the Dildozers are going to pick Griffin.
Griffin's getting played finally.
Griffin was played, I believe, only one other time today. We've casted 5 or 6 matches today, and Griffin was only played once. Previously, Griffin had a 100% ban rate in TGL up until today, and the Medic is going to be banned. Next, JSMS is just discussing whether or not they would want to ban Laz, which the Dildozers played last round. Didn't work for them. Do they want to ban Laz, or do they want to ban Val, who is an extremely powerful Medic pick, very, very commonly picked. And hopefully you guys, for those of you who have evolved, Rogue Val was released for free yesterday. She's been out for about a little more than 24 hours. If you want to play Rogue Val, new Val adaptation, I got to premiere her live at Total Rock Studios about 2 weeks ago. You should go check her out. She's a lot of fun to play. Extremely high damage Medic, but a lot of different mechanics. She might as well be a completely new Medic. She's not Val. Meteor Goliath is very similar to Goliath, but Rogue Val is not similar to Val at all. They are super different characters. So be sure to go and check her out if you have not played her yet, and you can go get her elite. All right, we do have a couple more picks coming in here. Slim is going to be banned from JSMS. They're banning Slim. Not entirely sure why they're doing that, but all right. Val coming out. I would much rather play against Slim than Val, I'm going to be completely honest. Support. Sunny is banned. Hank is on deck. And Assault is going to be the last one. JSMS is going to ban an Assault, which is going to be Torvald. Torvald is going to be banned, and Pugham's going to pick Hyde, I'm going to guess. Probably. The bans, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Meteor Goliath, Crow, Slim, Sunny, Torvald, and Pugham's picking Hyde.
Yeah.
Ooh,
okay.
He can see the future.
Ooh.
And we are going to get into the match in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, the map is Wraith Trap, so the losing team from Orbital Drill does get to pick the next map, and that next map will be Wraith Trap as picked by the Dildozers. JSMS is up 1-0 in the current series. It's the best 3 out of 5 right here in the TGL finals. Both teams are going to be in TGL. They're just playing for a slightly higher seed, which could be the difference between taking home that nearly $2,000 prize pool and not taking home that nearly $2,000 prize pool.
Well, they're going on to the next round, and it's going to be interesting to see exactly how these teams do. And these are the open brackets, so anyone that wants to qualify can sign up and play. Just get a team, sign up, and you can try next week to try and qualify. Of course, these two teams, JSMS and Dilldozers, are advancing to the next round. If you want to compete against teams in the next round for your chance to go to the next round, do then. Dilldozers and JSMS have already advanced, so they will not be competing next week.
Monster pick is going to be Goliath. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Normal Goliath is coming out. Meteor Goliath was banned. So once again, the picks: Griffin Val, Hank Hyde versus Goliath. Was Sunny banned? Sunny was banned.
Yeah, Sunny was banned.
So they are not taking the speed team of Griffin Val and Sunny. Good
you know,
thing.
Tier
Want
4?
to ban one of those.
Tier 4? That was what was banned.
Oh, I just noticed that. Yeah, you're right.
I just looked at
Tier
my
4.
list, and it's literally just in a straight line, just straight down. It's just like ban, 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 ban. The only exception was Behemoth wasn't banned.
Bob was not banned. The team who bans Behemoth is just really, really, are you afraid of that giant, huggable, rock, lava launching monster? No, Bob's cool. You don't need to ban Bob. But Meteor Goliath, he's a little bit of a jerk. He'll burn your house down. So Meteor Goliath was banned. Griffin Val, Hank Hyde versus Goliath coming in next. Let's see what we got.
So we got Dilldozers versus Jamais Salmon Saki-san. As they're going into the next round, it is going to be a currently 1-0 lead in favor of JSMS. So we'll have to see what they do. Right now, it came down to just a really good play by Deanimate as he was able to push through and then get a stealth movement back around the terrain, using it to his advantage in order to break that line of sight and get himself around. Wraithtrap has a large amount of opportunities for that, along with great control for being able to separate a hunter team one from the other. With their composition, I'm going to say they're probably going to be doing a 3-1 split again as opposed to be doing 2-2s, because the Assault is very durable, especially with the Slim being on board. Oh, sorry, Slim was banned, so Val being on board with the Hank. So they can burn they can have the personal shield used early, and then they still have the shields and the heals coming out of it from the beam team. Which in this case, it's going to be a Trank, Poon, Dome coming out of this lineup.
Yeah, they got the DB special, the Val Griff. They have Hank, so they got the beam team. So they got the beam team DB special, rocking it, and then Hyde's there burning things.
He's just melting faces. That's what he does.
Hyde and the DB beam team is what we got going on in this next match. Slim, I should say, even though he was banned, did get a light buff in the recent update. He got a little bit more healing to pretty much everything, incapacitated hunters himself and hunters who are up on their feet via his heal burst. He got a little bit of a touch-up in the recent update. We got Goliath coming in hot. Ooh, this is almost actually the original Tier 1. If we switch for Markov here, we almost got an original Tier 1 fight.
Yeah, actually, that's very true. We almost have all the original Tier 1s that were going to be released. Yeah.
That's why they banned all Tier 4s, and they almost played all Tier 1s. I think that's why they banned Slim.
The only difference is that there's like literally one change on both sides.
All right, we're getting into the match here. It's Wraith Trap. Loser gets to pick the map. The Dilldozers drop the last round. Let's see how they can do on Val Hank. Much more typical team comp.
And Codeine Cannibal is, of course, Gypsy Danger. No, they don't have a substitute in. That is Gypsy Danger playing under the name of Codeine Cannibal. So they're going into this. Looks like, as we've mentioned before, there are 3 separate routes here for feeding. There is one route on the northeast going right underneath helipad, one towards the southeast heading towards town, which goes through that way, and then you wait around here to find out which way the hunters went. And the third route is the one we're seeing in this game, where we're seeing them go down south, get them meet in the middle, and just wrap down south, heading towards this section. Usually you see them cut around this area, because otherwise the hunter team has to go straight in a beeline towards it, because you lose a bit of distance if you go on the north side. If you go on the south side, which is what we're seeing right now from Deanimate, is he's pushing his way forward on the south side, and he'll be able to get his space here because it forces the hunter team to go around this orange block here that you see on the mini-map. But if we look at the abilities...
Really solid feed right now.
Looking at the abilities, we see one leap, one flame, one charge, as you said.
Not surprised whatsoever. Every single game today has been Goliath 24/7. When it's not Kraken 24/7 because Kraken's being banned, or because it's Deanimate and he's going to play Goliath. Now it's Goliath 24/7, and all Goliaths are taking leap, flame, charge for the purposes of quick farming and quick escape and good mitigation if you are caught in a stage 1 dome. We do have some pings going on. I wonder if the hunters know which direction Deanimate is sneaking around to right now. Soundspike did go down, but he is really, really far away from its center, so he's not going to get detected by that while sneaking.
Now, one thing to note is actually with the recent patch, you'll notice that they are down to 3 sound spikes, but look at the area they cover now. It is such a huge area.